I've already filmed an intro, and after the playback, I realized my fan was so loud. It is so hot right now. Oh my gosh. According to my watch, it is currently 91 degrees. Welcome to Florida. So here's another take of doing an intro because I want you guys to hear what I'm saying, because what I'm saying is important. Every YouTuber says. No, really, it's actually important. It's a hot topic. I'm melting. Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, what's up? I'm Kim, and I talk a lot with my hands. I'm really animated with my hands. I can't help it. I normally post videos on the creative side of things, but today, things are getting real. I hope you all are doing well during this quarantine life. It hasn't been easy for any of us, I get it. I especially feel you on that. It's impacted me a lot because I'm on the front lines. But I'm adapting, and I hope you all are doing well and adapting well also. COVID has taken over and it's all over media, but because I'm facing it firsthand, I especially try not to consume the media. I don't obsess over the numbers. I'm very, very well aware that it is a pandemic and it is to be taken seriously. It's one thing to be aware of the statistics and another thing to be obsessed over the statistics. And right now, I cannot focus on those numbers right now. I'm gonna focus on taking care of the patient and taking care of my teammates at work. I'm trying not to get too anxious over it all, so I'm YouTubing more to get my mind off of it. In the beginning of it all, I was having sleepless nights. It's not because I was afraid of COVID, but more so I was afraid of the drastic changes in our lifestyle. I'm sure it has impacted you all a lot. But if you look at it in a different perspective, at least for me, I was able to see the good come out from the bad. I was able to embrace this new pace in life. I was able to have more me time. I was able to do more YouTube content, learn about YouTube growth, be more engaged with my followers. I was allowing myself to grow creatively, like drawing more designs, just keeping myself busy while I'm at home, because I don't have the luxury to work from home. So on my days off, when I'm not in the front lines, I am decompressing. I'm giving myself more me time, but also doing this. It's another passion of mine to edit videos, be on media, planning, crafting. I'm trying to just surround myself with creativity so I wouldn't go insane at a time like this. Heck, I saved a lot of money too, come to think of it. Like, not going out, I think a lot of us have saved some money, so there you go, that's a win. Also, I found that I've been more active. I used to go to the gym like twice a week before COVID, and now I find myself doing more HIIT workouts at home and running more. I would be more active, working out 3 to 4 times a week, and I actually look forward to running outside. But I think that's also a psychological thing, because I also can't stay home locked up so much. But I am also aware of social distancing, so I would just drag my butt out there, get some vitamin D, appreciate nature, run. That's a plus. I actually look forward to running now. I'm proud of myself. So the only time apart from running I'm ever outside is when I do groceries. And now we have to adapt to these precautions when we shop so we don't take these bugs home. Being medically trained, these precautions aren't new to me. It's not weird for me to wear a mask and wear gloves. Also in Asia, when the few times I've traveled there, it is also common in very highly public places like airports and trains that you'll see some people wear masks, and it's socially acceptable there. I feel like there's not a lot of highlight in media on how to shop safely. during this time, and so I wanted to make this video to help you be more prepared for your grocery shopping and to maintain your safety, because you don't want to shop aimlessly at a time like this. You want to shop with a purpose. So here are my tips on how to safely shop during the quarantine.
Come and fly away with me. Come and fly away with me. Come and fly away with me. Come and fly away with me.
So first things first, you want to make a list. It probably is a no-brainer for most, because usually when you go grocery shopping, you'll have a list of things to get. But in this point of time, we have to bundle up our items and try not to go grocery shopping frequently, because that's just more chances of you exposing yourself out there. So you just want to bundle up items on your list, try to get everything in one store if possible. Maybe you might have to settle to pay a little bit more or settle for a different brand. For example, I wanted to go to Dollar Tree for one item, but I felt like, that's too much. I wasn't going to go to Dollar Tree. That would be the third store I had planned to go to for one thing, just because I know it's cheaper there. I was like, forget it. I'll pay a little extra at Target. You guys are saving money not going out anyways. Next, you want to research availability. You want to check online what's in stock before you go. I know with the Target app and the Walmart app, like I was trying to research what I needed to also determine whether I should go to Target or go to Walmart. A lot of the things I found was at Target, and it was closer to this other store I had to go to. So I was being very strategic. Oh, the lighting is changing now. This is what happens when you're using free lighting, called sunlight, natural lighting. So I apologize if this video looks a little different. Maybe if I turn on this light, I don't know if it makes a difference. Anyways, if half the things you need are not in stock from the store, then that's when you can rationalize to go to another store. It helps to call beforehand too. If let's say you can't find out online if something's in stock, you could just call the store and see if they have it. I know for me, I needed to go get boba pearls because bubble tea is my treat. It is something that I look forward to and reward myself when I go out, or when I go out with friends. Like, I love hanging out at bubble tea shops. Or if I have a bad day at work, I always get myself boba. So because of the quarantine, I can't really go out to bubble tea shops anymore. So I needed boba pearls and other Asian ingredients. I knew that I wouldn't be able to find all that at Target. So I committed. I knew that I had to go to my local Asian market before I go to Target. It really helps to go to stores you know well, stores that you know the layout. I knew my Target at the back of my hand. That is my second home. I wasn't gonna go to a different Target that I'm not too familiar with, and next thing you know, I'm just like walking aimlessly. Like, I knew where to go, where to get it. I know that the Target app will tell you what aisle to find certain items. Luckily, again, I knew my Target so well that I didn't need to know. I just went for it. But if you don't go to certain stores that often and you need to get things, it does help to research it, especially with Target and Walmart. Again, those are apps that also tell you what aisle an item is located in. All of that is just helpful in strategizing and you not staying in a store for too long. Tip 3. Be prepared. Make sure you have your hand sanitizer, your disinfecting wipes or spray, your PPE. The CDC is now recommending to wear a mask. Some may refuse to wear it because of pride. It's different when you don't wear it because you don't have a mask. It is highly encouraged to try to get one or make one or even wear a scarf, because honestly, something is just better than nothing. But then there are people out there who refuse to wear it because of pride, because of vanity reasons, because it's just not a social norm here in America. So for those kind of people out there, it's not about you. You don't know if you're a carrier. You could be asymptomatic. It's best to protect yourself and others. Before COVID, I had a bottle of hand sanitizer in my car anyways, and I always had hand sanitizer with me, like on me. I had like a little keychain attached to my keys with hand sanitizer, or I'll have hand sanitizer in my car, not in my car, in my purse. I mean, I also had it in my car too. Nothing new, but now just be more vigilant in using it. If we all wear masks in public, it will finally be more acceptable to wear, and no one has to feel silly or look paranoid because we're all doing it and no one feels left out. This is just a new norm to adapt to for the time being. Tip 4, wear your PPE correctly, please. When you do wear your masks, make sure your hands are clean before you put them on. Make sure you wear it correctly too. I saw that people out there are wearing their masks like backwards or upside down. Same with gloves. I feel like I just can't fathom what I see when people are wearing gloves in public. I'm totally for it. I myself wear gloves now when I do my grocery shopping. My gosh though, like there's a thing about cross-contamination that's annoying. Properly wear your gloves and dispose of it in the trash, not in the parking lot. I know we're going through a lot with COVID, but our environment still needs to be taken care of, okay? I'm gonna put a little clip on how to don and doff your PPE correctly.
Okay, first off, grab your hand sanitizer and perform hand hygiene. Preferably, you want your hand sanitizer to have 60% alcohol or more. Try not to get hand sanitizer in your eye because that is very uncomfortable. It stings. Yes. So, clean thoroughly, okay? Now that your hands are clean and dry from the sanitation process, you can proceed on wearing your mask. To prevent the droplets from going through, you want to have a better seal by putting the bendy part above your nasal bridge and pulling down the mask below your chin. And don't forget to pinch. Okay, so it's not rocket science on how to wear gloves. I'm not going to teach you how to do that. But the biggest thing to address is cross-contamination, which I will discuss in just a moment. So please, if you care about yourself, your family, your loved ones, please keep watching because the next point is really important. But really quick, before we move on to the next point, I want to share how to remove your gloves. Take off one glove, put it in the other hand, and put your finger inside the glove to flip it over to the clean side.
Next, be mindful of what you touch. This is probably the most important apart from hand hygiene that I'll discuss a little bit later, but it's really important to be mindful of what you touch. There is a concept called cross-contamination. In fact, there's a video going viral right now about this girl using paint to visually display how cross-contamination works. And I've seen it myself where people are wearing gloves, touching everything, touching their cell phone and their mask and their hair. Like, what's the point of wearing gloves if you're not going to protect yourself correctly? You're only still spreading all these germs anyways. Wearing gloves can give peace of mind and added protection, but if you're not being mindful of what you touch, it really does defeat the purpose. As a healthcare worker, it's even my pet peeve when I see a nurse wear gloves, do patient care, or next thing you know it, touch the work phone when a doctor calls, touches a pen, touches everything, and it's like, what's the point? Take it off, wash your hands. It's that simple. So when I see the cross-contamination issue like outside of work, I'm like, help, help, help. What helps is when you wear your gloves, you know, you're touching everything already and such. First of all, make sure your hands are clean before you put on your gloves. And when you're using your gloves and you have touched everything, deglove your dominant hand. carefully remove the glove if you have to use your phone or take out your wallet from your purse, just so you are limiting the amount of germs contaminating everything else. Because if you had washed your hands or cleaned your hands before you put on your gloves, you know that your hands were clean. Now that you have removed the glove, there's all the way to put it in. Slip it in strategically as I show in this little clip, just to minimize cross-contamination. Also minimize fixing your mask. Again, that video that's going on virally, she ended up putting paint on her face to show that, so we are sometimes not aware that we touch our face a lot. And there are people who just fix their mask all the time after touching everything. You have just now contaminated your mask. Hello? So minimize fixing your mask. Try not to touch your face. Try not to touch everything. If you are going shopping and you don't need it, don't touch it. That's why with the very first tip is to make a list, stick to the list. If you do need to get it, inspect it carefully, but again, just try not to touch if you don't need it. Always wash your hands before and after using gloves and touching things. Next tip, disinfect. Disinfect the cart, disinfect your groceries when you get home. Just channel your inner germaphobe, because it's better to be safe than sorry. No, really. On a serious note, I've seen what COVID has done to my patients. It's not pretty. I wouldn't want to risk it if I were you. If I would have to Lysol the milk and that bag of chips, I will. Also, disinfect your cell phone. It's actually a good practice to do, even way before COVID. I, from time to time, would get alcohol swabs and just clean my phone because I use it so much. If you don't have alcohol swabs, you could also get a cloth and some rubbing alcohol. Do what you can to make sure your phone is clean as well. 7. The most popular trend during this COVID season, really, I've heard 6 feet apart so much in the last month or so. Practice social distancing when you are out and about. When you're shopping, stay 6 feet apart from the other shopper, especially while you're in line to pay for your groceries. You want to stay 6 feet apart. In Target, they had little markers on the floor for people to stand on to remind them to stay 6 feet apart. I know there are some other stores that don't have that, so just be mindful of where you are standing and just ensure that you're away. And the rationale to being 6 feet apart is because a cough or a sneeze can travel far. And I think that's also why masks are really important nowadays, because if an asymptomatic COVID carrier has a tickle in the throat and cough, if that person's wearing a mask, at least the germs is contained. So let's make wearing masks a norm, guys. The last tip, very important tip. I think they're all very important, but this is very, 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 very important. Hand hygiene. This was the golden answer in nursing school. Seriously. Whenever you saw the word hand hygiene or washing your hands as an answer or as an option in a multiple choice question, it is always the answer. Hand hygiene is the most effective way to prevent the spread of communicable diseases. I just sounded like my nursing textbook there. I really don't mean to school you, but hand hygiene is very important. Wash your hands with soap and water for at least 20 seconds. In nursing school, we were even tested on it. It was one of the very first comps that we had to do in nursing school. We're being tested on how to wash your hands. You want to be thorough when you wash. Don't miss a spot. If you can't get to a bathroom, use hand sanitizer. diligently. Bottom line, clean your hands. Before you leave the house, clean your hands. Before you put on your mask, clean your hands. And gloves, clean your hands. When you get home, clean your hands. Before and after you disinfect all your groceries, clean your hands. Before you touch your dog, clean your hands. I hope you get it. Say it with me. Clean your hands. All right, so I hope these guidelines will enlighten your way of thinking when you do go grocery shopping. Following these tips will help give you some peace of mind knowing that you're doing the right thing for yourself and for others. Please stay safe. Like this video if you want to stay COVID-free, and comment down below any other tips that I may have missed out on, anything you think is helpful for COVID-free shopping. Thank you for watching. Thank you for doing your part during this pandemic, and we're gonna get through together, okay? We got this. I'll see you in the next video. Ciao!
Come and fly away with me. Come and fly away with me.